We have with us today Kamlesh Mehta, an Arjun Awardee, more or less a name associated, synonym with table tennis. He is also a one who is promoting table tennis under the banner of UTT. He is with us and this is our proud moment. I have one question to you, Kamlesh bhai, that how do you look at growth of table tennis in the state of Gujarat and in India?
I will answer to your questions in two parts. The first you asked me about Gujarat and the secondly India. So one thing is there, Gujarat when I was playing and Gujarat now, Gujarat didn't have a very great legacy of having lot of table tennis players who performed very well at the national or international stage. However, for the last 10 years, there has been a paradigm shift in the kind of support and the kind of focus and importance being given by the government of Gujarat through Sports Authority of Gujarat for developing sports in Gujarat and helping sports person to excel at the highest level. With various schemes, I am very happy to say that I was fortunate enough to have been associated in the beginning for starting of many of these schemes, and I was also associated with the Gujarat table tennis team. And that was the time when Gujarat table tennis team for the first time won 5 medals in the national games at Kerala. So I can say that, and you can deduce from this, that the table tennis part of Gujarat, the standard of the players of Gujarat and the performances of the Gujarat players in national and international level, there has been a huge improvement. Our players are not only performing well at national level, but they are winning medals. Also, they are winning medals at the international level. To name a few, Harmeet Desai, he recently won the Commonwealth Games at Australia, Gold Coast. He won gold being part of the Indian team. Similarly, he also won a bronze medal, which is the first ever medal that the Indian team won in the Asian Games, in the history of Asian Games, which is it is considered to be like an Olympic medal. So it's a very huge performance because Asia is very big powerhouse. But not only Harmeet, but we have another youngsters coming up. That's a very good thing for the health of the sport in the state, because you have 1 or 2 good players and then there is a huge break. But we have a pipeline of players coming up. So we have Manav Thakkar, Manush Shah. They are already established themselves at national and the international level because of their hard work and performance. Most importantly nowadays is the support to participate in the international tournament, this exposure. This is also involves lot of expenses. And equipment also is becoming expensive at this higher level, and all this is through Sports Authority of Gujarat. So I always say one thing, that once you become a player, there is support which comes in, which is good. It is a part of acknowledgement for and recognition to the players' achievement. But Gujarat government has also realized that not only you should support the player after they have done well, but also in the process of becoming a high level player. And that is one difference which I can see in Gujarat and many other states which are not doing so, that they play a part in the player's progress right from beginning and play a part in their becoming a champion. So I can say that the health of Gujarat sports is very good. In particularly I am talking about table tennis. Of course, they will have to keep working harder, because players, you have to continuously keep working to have more and more players, and more competition will only help the players to keep them sharp and work harder to go up. Coming to the second question is about India. Similarly, I would say that I am very happy that the Indian government, the kind of focus and kind of support that is coming from Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs through Sports Authority of India, for the players of various players, they have top scheme for the top players who are Olympic medal prospect. Then there are Indian teams which go under the various national federations, the support to them for exposure, getting foreign coaching, sports science support. All this is coming up very well. Of course, there are other private people also coming in, and I say UTT, because of Neeraj Bajaj and Vita Dani, they too have actually supporting table tennis in a very big manner. Besides doing league, they are also helping supporting the federation national ranking tournament in a big way. They are also doing state and district level leagues. They are doing pan India inter school program. They are doing corporate events. They are also supporting some academies which have a legacy of producing players, and also BMC schools in Mumbai. So these are some of the laterals in which they are supporting, basically to achieve a holistic development of table tennis in India, at the same time increasing the base and making it more and more popular. Through UTT they are getting various corporates getting involved, because over a period of time we will see that we need to involve very many corporates, because they get along with them strong support, strong system and processes which always helps a player to grow. So I would say that the Indian table tennis is also looking up very much. As you can see that today there are 27 Indian players who are ranked in the top 100 of the world in various categories, from under 12 to the senior most category, which is a very healthy sign, and I am looking forward to India becoming a bigger force in the world of table tennis.
Kamlesh has put up very well about the sports scenario in the state of Gujarat as well as India. But sports has two parts. One, the player who play the game with passion and with all the abilities to reach at the top. But there are viewers who are backbone. Now, for the benefit of viewers who have been constantly watching over ages, there was a time when Scandinavian countries and European countries had grip on the table tennis, and that grip has shifted to the Asian country. Could you explain why? That is question one. And number two, especially in any sporting event, if it is an indoor event, there are some infrastructural facility needed. Now, in that context, what would you suggest to the state authority as to how to evaluate, continuously sustain and develop sports facility that meets with the advent and additions in the game? And third is, what will be your message to young budding school children who are enthusiasts?
Very rightly said. Growth of any sport is very much due. Why about sport? I would say any star, you say Hollywood, Bollywood, they grow because of the fans. So the requirement of the fans is also to be addressed, and that is one of the reasons if you go to see cricket, is the religion in India. But it's not because of the game, it's because also it's a following. So, and the followers are the ones who actually help you sustain, and you need to address their requirement, their need, and that is the reason you would say that from 5-day cricket at one day, which was considered as a cricket, became one day it has come to T20. It's basically because of the needs of the fan, and the fans have to be addressed. And you can see that is one of the reasons the leagues in various sports have come into India. So it's a kind of an era of leagues. After cricket we had badminton, after badminton we have now kabaddi, and also table tennis. I'm happy that table tennis league is also doing very well. Already 3 seasons are over and it's growing. It's not only growing as popularity but also in fan following. As you can see that from the first season we had about 5.5 million viewers on TV, and the second season it went on to 16 million. So there's a growth in that, and the reason is that you will have to require adjustment, changes in the game to make it interesting as well as entertaining. Now, coming to the paradigm shift of the earlier we had up to the 70s, European countries, especially Hungary, Sweden, France, Czechoslovakia, and they were the ones who were dominating that world of table tennis. However, once the iron wall was broken and the China started coming in after in the 70s, especially from the 80s onward, China has had the kind of grip over the game of table tennis, dominance. You can see that they have been winning everything. In simple example, in Olympics, out of 32 gold medals, they have won 28. So that kind of dominance they have got. It's very clear that you can only be dominating so that because you are working harder than others. In sport, it is very, very simple. You work hard and work hard intelligently. And China, the kind of hard work that they put in, it's other countries are surely not putting in, and that is the main reason of shift from Europe to Asia. Thirdly, as you said rightly, for development of sport. Now first my question would be that why should we develop sports? India is probably the youngest country in the entire world with almost 63% youth population. Now youth means energy, youth means creativity, youth means spirit. How do we tap those fantastic natural resources of the youth? Sports is probably the most and the best medium where we can capitalize so that this youth can use their energy in the channelized and a creative manner. If not, then they can probably be diverted to the ill effects or the ill reasons which are not good for the society. Now being in sports, what happens is it uses his energy, it also disciplines him, it teaches him a lot of qualities like team spirit, following the rules, respecting the opponent, accepting defeats and also digesting victories. These are the very things which actually creates a kind of a character in each individual. So if we are able to give better facility, better infrastructure, and that encourages more and more youth to take up to sport, I am sure a lot of the social problems that we are facing in the society could be overcome because of that. And that is one of the reasons. And secondly, in India there are 4 months which are rainy season, so in outdoor games is not so easy to continue. Hence, having indoors facility is very much necessary. And this should be a main focus of all the governments, whether it is central government, state government or respective local governments like municipal corporations, etc. They must provide easily accessible and affordable playing conditions so that people can just walk in and play at a nominal charge and then get involved in sports. So and for that, the education at the school level, I would say, because the habit of getting into sports is done at a very young age. You cannot start serious sports when you are in college. It has to be done when they are in school, and that is the age when you need to put in a lot of outdoor activity or sporting activity, and that is where we should encourage. So school sports is very important, and that's where all these federations like SGFI and various school events, every school has got their own boards, having the inter-school is very, very appreciable. So infrastructure facility is a must for India to become a sporting giant in the world.
Great. We have with us Dr. Saurav Dhar. He is Masters in Orthopedic and Sports. It is a very specialization that links him with medicine, treatment in case of any eventuality while the game is on or otherwise, where he has his own expertise and experience, plus he has contributed number of articles on the subject. We will now speak to Dr. Saurav, and I have one specific question to make people understand as to what is the relevance of his proficiency, expertise in the field vis-a-vis indoor and outdoor games are concerned.
On this great occasion of this championship Asian competition for table tennis, I am really thankful, and it is gracious for me to speak something about physical therapy and physiotherapy sports medicine to the contribution of indoor games and outdoor games. As the coach is required in the team, so far as a physio is required in the team. We take care of all the endurance training, cardiovascular training, nervous system, the musculoskeletal system about the sports. As to be very precise, we are talking about table tennis and indoor games like basketball and badminton. So they are all skilled games where we take care of injuries, prevention of injuries, and you need the complete precision and complete concentration on the activities, skilled activities of a particular player. So as far as physiotherapy is concerned, precisely sports physiotherapy is concerned, the patient or the player is completely under the treatment and the rehabilitation protocols of a physiotherapist. So hence, physiotherapy is contributing a great role in terms of sports as well as for the maintenance, endurance, cardiovascular training of a player. Unless and until the player is fit, he or she is not supposed to play. So that is being assessed, determined and characterized by the role of physiotherapist. Thank you so much, and we wish the Indian team good luck. Thank you.
Team table tennis Thailand. We are all enjoy to เมืองอะไรนะเดี๋ยววาโดดารา Thank you very much
Thailand team, yay!
Good, good. Keep it up. Shout again. Shout again. Now start speaking.
Hello, Namaste. I'm from Team Nepal and we are happy to participate in the 6th Asian School Table Tennis Championship. Thank you for the nice hospitality. Thank you for organizing this nice tournament. We hope we will do our best in this tournament. Thank you. Thank you, Baroda.
And we say cheers and best to you. Cheers. Say cheers. Cheers.
Yes, good luck to all of you. And for Indian team also.
Yes, good luck to everybody.
Yes.
And let us play with the spirit of the game. And let the ball swing and say, oh, wonderful, wonderful. Cheers. Cheers. Great.
Thank you.
School in India. Please sit in. He's taking video. Video. And you are in Baroda now for the international tournament. 3 cheers. Hip hip hooray.
Yeah!
Hip hip hooray.
Yeah!
If you have liked this, subscribe the channel, like the page, and if you want continuous update on that, please press the bell.